Hey, welcome to Angling Acumen, and today we are doing one of my favorite patterns of the whole year for largemouth bass. And where we're at is we're just briefly out of the spawn, not that far out of it, but we have the bluegills right in the middle of their spawn. So we have some emerging vegetation, mainly in lily pads, not overly dense yet, but enough to just provide enough cover to make these bass feel secure. But the water is very shallow. In some cases, well, if you just look at my trolling motor, you see how high I have to set it. In order to navigate where we're at, I have to have the outboard tilted out, so these fish are in extremely shallow water, but it's the abundance of these spawning bluegills that has them up in there. Very spooky, so long casts are in order. Most of the bass we actually see are scurrying or spooked because we've gotten too close to them. So that's what we want to do, is make for long casts so we don't bother these fish. You're going to see bluegills blowing up occasionally. In some cases, that's just a largemouth bass scoring some lunch, and that's exactly what we want to see. Plus, it helps us key in where some of the bluegills are. In many cases, I'll cast over to an area where the bluegills blew up and get a bass in short order. Simple rigging, what we're doing, we're using both casting and spinning gear. In this case, we have a casting rig, and one of my favorite go-tos is going to be a Senko type stick bait. It could be a Yum Dinger, it could be the Striking Ocho, it could be the Berkeley General, anything on that line. Very effective, and one of my favorites, one of my go-tos for this. Another one of my favorites, and this would be my second one, would be one of the paddle tail type toad baits. And this is a little faster, a little more aggressive presentation, and it's a nice change of pace from the Senko type. There's a number of other baits that'll work good in this pattern, but those were my two favorites. But another example would be like the Lunker City. The plastic jerk baits on this type can be very effective, or the jerk shad type baits, like the Zoom Fluke, can also be very effective for this. We're using a size 1 to size 4/0 extra wide gap hook, depending on the actual size of the bait you're using, and you're going to want to rig that Texas style because we do got enough cover in there that we want to get through there. On the spinning rig, I'm using 15-pound test braid with a 17-pound test fluorocarbon leader. It's a medium heavy action spinning rod for this type of fishing. And then on the casting rig, I have 30-pound braid, again with 17-pound fluorocarbon leader, and that's about it. So let's get fishing. There we go. Qualify on Major League Fishing. Wasn't quite ready for this one. A good largemouth bite going today. Most small guys, but hey. Fish through them to get to the good one. Yeah. What do we got here? Come here, stay on camera. There's a chunky one. Start the day off. Just had to have that Yum Dinger there. Boy, I'll tell you, these hooks get them, they get them. There we go. All right, buddy. We are liking this today. There we go. One of the most important points that you want to keep in mind with this post-spawn pattern is that you always want to be sure that you keep your
Beep, 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 beep. We interrupt this video to bring you this special announcement. Currently, we have reached the point in this production where most other fishing shows would have presented at least one aerial drone shot. Currently, we are experiencing functionality issues with the official angling acumen drone. We apologize for any inconvenience or mental stress this may have caused.
Hey, take it from me. Aerial drone shots are overused and highly overrated.
We now return to our video, still in progress.
Again, I can't emphasize how important that is, and I just can't repeat that often enough. Come here, buddy. Oh. Oh. Bait was a casualty on you. What are you doing? Wow. There we go. Hey, there we go. On the Cinco. Or a reasonable facsimile. There we go. Like I said, if you can use spinning gear for this, it's got to be heavy. Look at that. That's a good one. It's getting more to what we want here. All right. Yeah, you got to use medium heavy or heavy action spinning gear for this. Your lights, mediums, they're just not going to have the two things to get the fish hooked in here and then to get them through this cover. All right. Like I said, my yum dinger went cold there after a while, so I just changed it up with the toad there and got back in the action again. Get her rig back up here. And as with the Senko type stick baits, you know, which everybody has their version of it, These toad type baits are the same thing. The Stanley ribbits, the seismic toads, there's a lot of them out there. Wow, he hit it as soon as it hit the water. Oh! There you go. You hit a lot bigger. Ah! Grow big, buddy. There's another one. Come on. There we go. All right. That would be something for the score tracker on Major League Fishing there.